This year, 18 years after his father was inducted into the Society of Entrepreneurs Hall of Honor, and 14 years after he was inducted, Spence Wilson will be honored as our newest master entrepreneur. Growing up in a home with Kimmons Wilson, the entrepreneur spirit and the entrepreneurial training were passed on to Spence. Even though this father-son team worked closely together for 35 years, their attitudes towards business endeavors differed. Spence did not adopt his father's ready, fire, aim approach to business. His more methodical, planned scenario business attitude was a different style to be sure, but complemented his father's technique. Spence is the oldest of the 5 children of Kimmons and Dorothy. He was raised in the family home on South Galloway Drive. He attended East High School starting in 1948, the year East opened its doors, all the way to his graduation in 1960. He was the first in the Wilson family to attend college. He chose Vanderbilt. He did well, majoring in economics and graduating Phi Beta Kappa. But he also discovered 2 of his life's educational passions, history and the humanities. After Vanderbilt, Spence joined the Tennessee Air National Guard, graduating with top academic and flying honors from U.S. Air Force Flight School. He returned to Memphis and remained with his unit for 20 years, flying all over the world. Spence and his crew received the Air Medal for a special mission to Honduras in 1982. In early 1966, while still on active duty with the Air National Guard, Spence, his brother Bob, and Pitt Hyde teamed up to form Refuse Removal Systems, a waste removal company that competed with Patterson Waste Services, owned by former Society of Entrepreneurs member Harry Phillips. The company did well enough to cause Harry to buy it from them, giving them stock in his company. Shortly thereafter, Browning Ferris Industries bought their combined businesses. That investment helped fund other projects for Spence. Later in 1966, he entered Harvard Business School. On his way to Harvard, stopping in New York City, he looked up a girl he had dated at Vanderbilt, Becky Webb, who was a flight attendant with Pan Am. They dated for the 2 years he was in school, marrying in 1968. Today, they have 4 children and 7 grandchildren. On graduating from Harvard, Spence returned to Memphis to enter his family's business, Kimmons Wilson Companies. Briefly in 1969 and 70, Spence worked for his dad at Holiday Inns, returning to the family business where he has remained for the balance of his career. Some of his early business ventures include building Holiday Inns with brothers Bob and Kim, and his uncle Albert Owings. Also in the early to mid-70s, he formed a venture capital company with 3 friends. It was here that he formed his important friendship with Herbert Ray, who was advising the group. The company made 3 investments, losing on one, breaking even on one, and doing very well with their investment in Fred Smith's startup company, Federal Express. Kimmons Wilson Companies has had over 400 businesses and projects since the company was founded in 1948. Today's businesses include in aviation, Wilson Air Centers; in financial services, Zephyr Associates, Centennial Partners, Echelon Capital Group, Wilson Investment Management; in food processing, Nyman Ranch, Supreme Packing Company; in healthcare, Active Implants, AccuVein; in hospitality, Wilson Hotel Management; in insurance, Kimmons Wilson Insurance Group; in commercial real estate, Tournament Trails Office Park; in residential real estate, Ridgewood Building and Development Company, Kimmons Wilson Communities. Since its beginning 28 years ago, Spence has been primarily responsible for the family of Orange Lake Resorts, now the biggest business in the portfolio. With over 140,000 owners, it has grown from its original location in Orlando, adjacent to Walt Disney World, to include 5 other resorts. It is the largest single-site timeshare in the world, with its 2,500 timeshare villas and vast amenities situated on a 1,400-acre site. Orange Lake formed Holiday Inn Club Vacations with Intercontinental Hotel Group, owner of Holiday Inns, in December 2008. Orange Lake has the exclusive license to develop Holiday Inn Club Vacation resorts in North America and the exclusive marketing rights for timeshare to their 42 million member Priority Club program. Spence and his family are delighted to see 2 companies founded by his dad join forces in this unique relationship. Spence works closely with brothers Bob and Kim. and now members of the third generation, son Spence Jr. and nephews Kim Wilson III and McLean Wilson. His daughter Lauren Young is executive director of the Kimmons Wilson Family Foundation. Lauren is assisted by his nieces, Lee Morris and Libby Wilson. Spence has always taken time to give back to the community. He's been on the board of Rhodes College since the early 70s and just completed his service as board chair for 9 years. He is on the board of the Thomas W. Briggs Foundation and is a trustee of Baptist Memorial Healthcare Systems. He also serves on the Baptist Systems Metro Board. He was an early and long-term supporter and board member of Youth Villages. When asked about advice he would give to new entrepreneurs, be passionate about what you are doing and always maintain your perspective. Your family needs to sign on and be supportive. Be willing to take reasonable risks, but don't bet the farm. Invest as much as you have to, but always have a little in reserve. Spence Wilson, the Society of Entrepreneurs 2010 Master Entrepreneur.